Okay, so here we are behind the desk before I get up. So you guys can see there's the camera. And I will let you guys see everything. We will go on a little tour here. There's the desk. There's my plaque. There it is, up close. But let me get up and we will go look at my tanks or my various fish containers, aquariums, ecosystems, whatever you want to call it. But there you go, there's a camera, there's the garden over there, the indoor garden, the desk, everything there with the lights. There, it's kind of making it hard to see, but there's Frankie. He's not usually in the picture, and numbered down there. Anyways, so there you go, Creature from the Dracula. You guys all usually see that. Karloff, Mummy, the Bride of Frankenstein, the Wolfman. The lights aren't on, but you got all the plants there. Yeah, my garden. Thank you, Tolkar, again, for that quilt. Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein and the Black Cat. Very cool posters, but there you go. And I am going to walk you over to, not in no particular order, this I just set up. This is technically $14 vase is what is it? It's what it is a basically a $14 vase I got from Old Time Pottery that came with this little stand, and I filled it up with water. And there's Satan, the beta. I called him Satan, yes. Oh, and we got Angel, the blue one, the female beta. She's in there right now because they are, yeah, there they go. Satan is, it's his territory. But what I did, and I will talk about this on the next aquarium I show you, this has got no filter, no nothing. It's just got live plants in there. As you can see, you gotta plant as many as possible. You need a good substrate with nutrients, and that's what I got. And again, I'm going to get better at these videos because I'm learning the hobby, but they are mating right now. Once they mate, I will take them out of the bowl, other than the male. I'll take the female out because she will eat the eggs. But as you can see from the top, he made a little bubble nest right there where the male beta just makes a ton of bubbles to put the eggs in. And as you can see, the plants are coming out the top. And don't ask me on names on these plants yet, because those are bamboo stalks there in the middle. That I can tell you. And in all of my tanks, the little floaters on top, it's duckweed. It's the easiest kind of thing to, I mean, they multiply like crazy. But let's move over to this area. This, the one on the left is more of a river tank, and the one on the right has some koi snails, and we'll talk about it. And my Legos in the middle, there you go. But the thing is, some of these tanks have filters on them. I try, and I've been trying to go all filterless. This does not have a heater. I try to maintain the room temperature around 72, and that's been working for me. Everybody says 78 to 80, depends on what fish you get. But this is, oh boy, see? I'm not going to edit that out, so if you see the camera fall, it is what it is. But what I got right here is, this is like one of my favorites. It's pretty much like a river setup, and I am going to get close so you can see everything. I do have a filter, and you know, I just wanted it for some of them until I kind of figure out this whole Wallstedt ecosystem without filters or heaters or anything like that. And this light is a very good light, which I had some algae starting to build up back there. And I did have a heater, but I took that heater out because I did some research on temperatures, and it doesn't need to be that hot. It just doesn't. And if you look real close, you can see the algae building up on that log. All the other walls I kind of cleaned a little bit. There wasn't a whole lot in there. And as you can see, there's the duckweed just proliferating over and over and over. And I bought a few little ones, and they kind of went into every single tank. But as you can see how much it's flourishing, the plants are just full and amazing. And I love this rock that I found and I put in there. It's got like little holes for these tiny little fish, like kind of like a cave. The very tiny ones, which I don't see any right at the moment, are rasbora fish. And let's move around. But here, as you can see, and the key, there's the snail. He's moving really slow. Really slow in the sand. But the key to every single tank is the substrate. I have a very good soil mixture at the bottom, layered in with 2 different types of sand, just for effect, illusion, but that's kind of what I went with. But that rock is awesome. All the holes, shrimp, there should be some ghost shrimp underneath there. As I turn around, we will look at that. But there's a rasbora right there. They're so tiny, so tiny. I couldn't even tell you, like the tip of your pinky finger. And if you look around here, there they all are back there. And you can kind of see the snail up on. I got snails in every tank. It's good to definitely have snails and ghost shrimp. Where are you? Can you guys see in there? But as you can see, this plant is already getting shooters coming up there, right there. So it's just a healthy environment. It's doing very well. I love this setup. It is so cool. And there's another closer image of the snail climbing up the log. It's just, I'm just in love with this. It's just great. And I've got a total of 9 tanks, so this video may be a little bit longer. But my Legos, there you go. Yeah, you got to look at the Legos. Whoa, look at that. Medieval, there you go. Okay, so this one. Here we have the koi. I just wanted to set something up a little bit different. So I went with the koi, and there is another fish in there too, a blackfish that is not a koi. It's a, I forget the name. It's a shark type of koi, something along those lines. But again, I'm learning this, you guys. But there is a tint to this color. There he is, right there. Look at that guy. He's such a good guy. Ooh, I gotta wipe off the glass. It's dripping a little bit. But I don't got names for these guys yet. Feel free to name them in the comments below there. I will be doing regular videos to update you on how, I'm changing things up, because some of these I just don't like the way they turned out. This one, I kind of dig it. It's kind of got a brownish tint, and that's because of the type of driftwood that is in there. And if I can go around, you can see the plants, all live plants, no fake plants. We got to make this nice and healthy is what we got to do. So me turning around from a different angle. And again, I got the filter in there. I really don't want to have the filters, and I may slowly take that out once the aquarium is kind of established. But yeah, this guy's kind of cool. I like him. There you go, buddy. I can't remember the name. In the grass back there, I don't know how good this is showing up on the camera I'm using, but it's not the usual one. But as you can see, look at all the duckweed. I've got some red floaters coming in, which is a bigger leaf. But the thing with the floaters on the top of the surface of the water is it will clean out all of the ammonia, nitrates, all of the bad stuff that gets released from the poop and everything else at the bottom. So it's always good in kind of a complete ecosystem to have the floaters there, just to clean up and filter naturally. Even with that, you can see there's a little bit of algae coming out of that filter, but that's what it's supposed to do. So I haven't really had to clean algae off of any of the surface of this tank, and it's been about a month that this tank has been set up. Same with this one. It's done pretty well, other than the heater that I had back there. This is such a good light that the heater was making the algae grow. So I took the heater out, like I said. I'll be monitoring it a little bit and see how that goes. But yeah, there's those two tanks. And you did see the beta. Now I will take you to my bedroom of all places. No, I'm going to go over to this room real quick because this is, and listen, this tank I'm not happy with at all. I do not like the look of it. That's the good thing about being able to, it's feeding time. It's feeding time, guys. Time to get fed. It's got some angelfish, some blatty, and guppies. Mostly, I will show you my guppy tank that I just set up yesterday, and it's really pretty cool. But as you can see, I mean, the log in the middle is fake. You know, there's even a fake back there. This was a tank that had those to begin with, and I kept them in. The plants that I chose, I just do not like the setup of those plants. It needs to be way more lush and lots of scaping is such an awesome hobby, and to do it right is important. And I just don't like the way this looks, so this is going to change, and I will start doing videos on the changes I make and even during the process. But as you can see, you know, the substrate is there, right there. You can see those soil, those little balls, the soil that's down there, the sand, and you can see it changing colors from the, you know, the waste and everything else in there. You got your grasses and some ferns. Love this guy. Bright blue, love him. There's a blue snail in the back because I went and bought a huge clump of mystery snails. And up here, as you can see, I've got tons of stuff floating at the top amongst the duckweed. So, you know, there they are. They're all there. I've got a heater in this tank. This heater, I think, is going to go out. This tank is going to turn into something a little bit different, I think. You can kind of see the snail up on the screen. But this one's been, I mean, the filter is doing a good job. Again, I want no filter on everything. And the angelfish are cool too, yeah. But there you go. I mean, this is this tank. I'm not happy with it, and I will be changing it. Into the other room where, hey there, Phantom, what's going on? So this is my stand. This is what I started with. This right here, and I'll try my best to get as good a picture as I can. This is the first one I ever set up 2 months ago. It's clear as day. I mean, no algae buildup. And I haven't touched it. For the first thing I ever did in kind of a, you know, just a Wallstead ecosystem, no filter, no nothing. I haven't even changed water. So there you go. There actually is a little bit right there. I see a little bit of algae building up right there. But that's easily taken care of with... what I do is some little long tweezers that you can buy at the fish store, and a paper towel, and I just go down and just kind of scrub it away. But as you can see, it's Larry Curly and Moe. They're Daniels, they're glowfish, and there's a pink one down there. He's been staying, there he is. Larry Curly and Moe. But these have sprouted roots. The grass is just flourishing. A nice thick substrate down at the bottom of soil. Let's see the roots all the way down at the bottom already. So that's a very good sign. That is why there are so many like roots sprouting down to the bottom. Hey, what's going on, Curly? How you doing? But they're even coming out of the top. So what I'm going to do, and you could see the duckweed and the plants from, again, I can't remember offhand. I got them written down. I will memorize these plants. But they're poking out there. They're reaching up to the light, which I got off of Amazon. These lights and stands are pretty cool. For the vases, this vase is about, oh boy, maybe 12 inches tall by 7 inches wide. So just very cool. I'm gonna nip those at the top and plant those in another aquarium is what I'm gonna do. Now, this next one I'm gonna show you is a mess. It's a hot mess. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It's got another one of those very cool river type rocks in there, where it's if you get tiny enough fish, they can stay and hide in there, or even the babies can hide in there once they breed. But you know, again, a good substrate. Went with the black sand. A lot of vegetation, a lot of plants, but they're almost just set in there. There's no escaping whatsoever. I mean, it's doing good. They're doing good. I haven't lost one fish since I started all of this, but I just hate the look, and it's my own fault. I mean, I got to figure out how to. I don't know what the hell I was thinking when I did this. But there needs to be some kind of design going on there. This oh boy, type of grass that's in the front here needs to be put towards the back. Everything needs rearranged in this. So, and if you can see there, some ghost shrimp in there. So you got the ghost shrimp. Come over here, buddy. See the fish in the back? Here comes the blatty. What's going on, bud? What's going on? Okay, and so this one is just, it's sitting here, it's doing great. Plenty of duckweed, as you see. It is great. Again, filter, which needs to go. The heater went too, I took that away. This is a light for vegetation. It really does do the job, and it works well for growing. It's an Aquarium LED light. Got it half off on Amazon, so pretty good deal. And this one is another hot mess, and this is a story all of its own. I'm going to say it as quick as possible, even though we got time, but I mean, there's some plants in there. It's crystal clear. It's the two black mollies. There's a male and a female molly in there, right there. There they are. And we got some, of course, some floaters there too. The story with this is I had a tank. I mean, I had a vase just like this. It was growing algae like crazy. And I'm like, what is going on? I just couldn't figure it out. I'm like, everything else, even this tank, that vase, I didn't need to touch anything. It's doing well, but it was just algae all over it. I figured out that I needed shades up on this window because the sun beamed in and was only hitting that vase, and then it set. So that is what was happening. On top of it then, I'll show you guys this just so you can watch the fish, but I'm talking about this vase here. What ended up happening was I started to clean all the algae out of the vase. Clean, did everything. I filled it up. I started to walk it back to the room, and guess what happened? It fell, glass everywhere. It was a hot frickin' mess, and I was just like, you have got to be kidding me. But hey, whatever, we learn from our mistakes. Dino, what the heck were you holding a wet vase for? I think I was just rushing. But there you go. That's these three. Again, I'm fine with Larry, Curly, and Mo. These two are hot messes. They need to be scaped a lot better. Those plants will probably go into a different aquarium. There you go, buddy. And these, let me tell you this too. Both of these mollies, which by the way, they're named Phantom and Star. My daughter named them Phantom and Star. So Star is the female right there. And the all black male is Phantom. So there you go. But the thing, they were laying on the ground. I thought they were dead. The vase, everything broke. I picked them up and threw them in a cup of water, and they were fine. Hey, buddy, what's going on? Anyways, so as I move across, and I've got this baby left, and then we'll see what happens. This is a 60-gallon cube. It is freaking huge, and I can't wait to start work on that. That is going to be a love. I mean, I am going to design it and really do the best possible scaping and everything that I can. But anyways, moving on over to, we'll get to that after. We'll move over here first. And you know what? A cool thing, you can get even a lamp like this, which I got, and put a grow light in there, which I did have to put in that tank, which I'll show you in a minute, because that's the new one I just set up. But coming over here, I'm kind of happy with this tank. This is just clearing up. For some reason, this one clouded up a little bit as well. And you know what? It's normal for your aquarium to kind of cloud up. It's just a burst of bacteria growth, and then it kind of evens itself out. But as you can see, you know, I've got some yin-yang guppies in there. If you can see the white and black guppies, they're yin-yang. They're all white. And see, this one's still got the heater. And again, I will eventually lose the heaters and the filters, I think. But I'm learning. We will see. We will see. But I've got some snails in there. I love the stone work. I love the blue gravel. Live plants, of course. Always put snails in your tank. And this one, actually, I found some dwarf red lobster. If you can see him right there. There's two of them in the tank. And they're very interesting because they will like come up to each other and you'll see them fight with their front hands. I'm trying to get this as close to detailed as I can for you. I need to use my better camera is what I got to do. I'm technically just using my phone. But the ferns, the scaping with the log, I mean, it's very minimalist. I would like to have a little bit more foliage in there. But it is what it is, and it's doing well. And this is the one right by my bed where at night, this thing comes with a blue, you really can't see the blue highlight at the moment, but it's got a blue LED that you can touch that makes it really, really cool looking when you're going to bed. Puts you in kind of a dream state. So, yeah, that tank will eventually get some work because I'm not happy with that. But again, when you're doing this kind of thing and you become a hobbyist, and the more you learn, you know, you can tinker over and over and over. Like when I want to change that completely, I will. So there you go. And on over to the very last one. This is my guppy tank. And I'm leaving this totally for the guppies. The guppies needed I love guppies. I love the guppies, and hopefully the light's not too bright for you guys. I will try to get some close-ups. I just got some Gobi stone. They're just like a desert stone, they're very polished, very white, very, very cool. Kind of cracked, but I got a couple pieces that just look great. And as you see, I just filled it up with small plants. My local aquarium store got a whole big shipment, and I just grabbed everything. There's several types of, not several, but a couple types of grasses there that will sprout eventually. There is a substrate down there. This is a long rectangular tank. Not a big one. It's only a 10-gallon. So when you get a 10-gallon for 10 bucks, I went for it. So there you go. I said, I'm going to make a guppy tank out of that. And went with a very cool looking riverbed type gravel that goes well. There's a bulb right there. I forget what that's called again. But that plant should sprout out big like a cabbage and should take up this whole corner here, as well as the other very cool, like that's like a celery type grass. Is very cool. I love the purple ones over here. Again, too early on with all the names, but that's it. I mean, it's nice and clear. This is totally 100% Wallstead, and if you don't know what that is, definitely look it up. It's creating its own ecosystem, you know, from the bottom up, you know, so that everything's filtered through the plants, through the substrate, which is the bottom, and the waste goes to the bottom. I will eventually get shrimp down there too, to kind of, they stir things up and clean things, as well as the snails. The top, I put just a few duckweed in there because once you get them, you have as much duckweed as you possibly can. But I got some red root floaters, and those look very cool. What's going on, guys? You guys ready to mate? Because that's what I'm hoping for here with these guys. I hope that they mate, and once all this fills out, which it will, all of that foliage will, plants will fill out, and the babies will be able to hide in there, and I'll be able to have little baby guppies. So there you go. But yeah, that's the no filter, no nothing. Yeah. Main thing I've learned here, and we've got quite the big money tree there. I got that maybe a year ago, and it was like 5 inches tall, and here it's now at like 4 inches tall. I do have a grow light there for it because I am keeping this closed now, because I do not want no sunlight coming in here, because I have to manage the light for these. And this stand is going to be getting a couple, maybe a bowl, or a bigger vase for that light, maybe a 17-inch type vase, glass vase, if I could find one. But that's it, you know, a couple little ones here on this stand, and then my room will be and there's the Bogart and Bacall, the Maltese Falcon. That's what I'm saying, baby. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, that's it. There's the Phantom again, but yeah, that's my first video on the tour here of my tanks. They will be changing. Oh, there's the red one. There you go. Hey there. Hey there. That's Larry. That's Larry. Curly is the big one up there, yellow one. And where's Mo? Where's Mo? Anyways, with that said, you guys, much love, peace. Hopefully you liked something a little bit different. Hopefully you liked a little bit of a tour here of my tank. It's my Zen sitting area. You know, you gotta have that. Love these guys. Love these guys. Love this tank. This is just a tranquil tank. I could kind of pull up a chair, sit down, read a book, and just listen to that water. It's just so great. I'll end it with Satan over here. That's right. My beta is called Satan. Satan, you gonna say anything, buddy? Well, you can't say nothing, but you know what I mean. With that said, peace to each and every one of you. Much love. And until next time, peace.